Chosen one, the shift you feel within yourself is not your imagination, it is real, powerful, and divinely orchestrated. Something deep inside you has awakened, and even if you cannot fully explain it, you can sense that you are no longer the same person you used to be. The things that once excited you may no longer hold your attention. The behaviors you once tolerated now feel heavy and misaligned. This is not confusion, this is transformation. This is the moment where your spirit begins to outgrow your past. You may find yourself pulling away from certain environments, conversations, or even people. It is not because you have become distant or cold, it is because your soul is seeking truth, peace, and alignment. Growth often feels like isolation before it feels like expansion. God is guiding you away from what no longer serves your higher purpose and drawing you closer to what does. This shift is necessary because you cannot step into a new level of purpose while holding on to an old version of yourself. There is also a new awareness rising within you. You are beginning to see things more clearly. Intentions, patterns, and energies that you once overlooked are now obvious to you. This heightened awareness is not meant to overwhelm you, it is meant to protect you. God is sharpening your discernment so you can walk your path with wisdom and confidence. You are learning to trust your inner voice, that quiet knowing that speaks without fear or doubt. That voice is not random, it is divine guidance. Chosen one, you may also notice that your reactions are changing. Situations that once triggered anger or frustration now meet a calmer, more thoughtful response. This is not weakness, it is strength under control. It is a sign that you are no longer being led by impulse but by understanding. God is teaching you emotional mastery, helping you respond with clarity rather than react out of pain. This shift in behavior is proof that your inner world is being transformed. At times, this process can feel uncomfortable. Growth is rarely easy because it requires you to release old beliefs, habits, and identities. You may question yourself, wondering why you feel different or why certain things no longer fit. But understand this. Discomfort is often the signal that change is happening. It is the space between who you were and who you are becoming. Do not resist it. Embrace it, because within that discomfort lies your evolution. Another important part of this shift is your desire for deeper meaning. Surface-level conversations and temporary distractions no longer satisfy you. You crave purpose, truth, and connection that goes beyond the ordinary. This is your spirit expanding. God is lifting your perspective so you can see life through a higher lens. You are being called to live with intention, to align your actions with your purpose, and to step into the role you were created for. Chosen one, this shift is also preparing you for what is ahead. You cannot receive greater blessings, responsibilities, or opportunities without first becoming the person who can handle them. God is not just changing your circumstances, He is changing you. He is building your character, strengthening your mindset, and aligning your heart with your destiny. Every internal change you feel is a step closer to the life meant for you. So do not doubt what is happening within you. Do not try to return to who you used to be just because it feels familiar. You have outgrown that version of yourself for a reason. Trust the shift, trust the process, and most importantly, trust that God is leading you exactly where you need to be. Chosen one, the pain you went through was never meaningless. It may have felt heavy, unfair, and at times unbearable, but it carried a purpose far deeper than what you could see in those moments. Pain was not sent to break you, it was sent to teach you, to shape you, and to awaken a strength within you that could not have been developed any other way. What hurt you also prepared you. Think about the moments that challenged you the most. The heartbreaks, the disappointments, the times when things did not go the way you planned. In those seasons you may have questioned everything, your path, your worth, even your faith. But now, as you look back, you can begin to see something different. You survived what you once thought would destroy you. That alone is proof that pain was building resilience inside of you. Pain has a way of revealing truth. It shows you who is truly there for you and who is not. It exposes hidden intentions, false connections, and illusions you once believed in. Without those painful experiences, you might have continued investing your time and energy into the wrong places. God allowed certain things to fall apart so you could see clearly. What felt like loss was often protection in disguise. Chosen one, pain also deepened your understanding. It gave you empathy, compassion, and the ability to connect with others on a level that only experience can create. You now understand struggles in a way that goes beyond words. This is not a weakness, it is a gift. Through your own hardships, you have become someone who can uplift, support and guide others who are walking through similar paths. There is also wisdom that comes from pain. Lessons that cannot be taught through comfort are learned through difficulty. You have learned to set boundaries, to recognize your value, and to protect your peace. You've learned that not everything deserves your attention, and that walking away is sometimes the strongest decision you can make. These lessons were not easy, but they are now part of who you are. At the time, it may have felt like God was silent while you were hurting. You may have wondered why certain things were allowed to happen. But understand this: silence does not mean absence. God was present in every moment, using each experience to shape your character and prepare you for what lies ahead. The lessons you gained through pain are now tools you carry with you into your future. Chosen one of the greatest transformations pain brings is strength. Not just physical or emotional strength, but inner strength, the kind that keeps you standing even when everything around you feels uncertain. You are not easily shaken anymore because you have already faced storms that tested your limits. You now know that you can endure, adapt, and rise again, no matter what comes your way. Pain also taught you to rely on something greater than yourself. When everything else felt unstable, you were pushed to seek deeper meaning, to trust beyond what you could see. This is where faith is born, not in comfort, but in challenge. Your connection with God grew stronger because of what you went through, not in spite of it. So do not resent your pain, chosen one. Do not wish it away as if it had no value. Every tear, every struggle, every moment of uncertainty contributed to the person you are becoming. Pain was your teacher, and its lessons are now part of your strength. What once hurt you has now equipped you. What once broke you has now built you. And because of everything you endured, you are now wiser, stronger, and more prepared for the blessings ahead. Chosen one, there were moments when everything around you grew quiet, when your prayers seemed to echo without response, when answers did not come, and when you felt like you were walking alone. In those seasons, it was easy to believe that God had stepped back, that maybe you had been forgotten or left to figure things out on your own. But the truth is far deeper than what you felt in those moments. The silence was never absence. It was divine work happening beyond your awareness. Silence is one of the most misunderstood parts of the journey. We are used to movement, signs, and clear direction. We want reassurance that things are progressing, that something is happening. But God often works in ways that are not loud or visible. Just because you could not see change does not mean change was not taking place. Some of the most important transformations happen quietly, beneath the surface, where roots grow strong before anything appears above ground. During those silent seasons, something within you was being rebuilt. Your patience was being stretched. Your faith was being tested and refined. You were being taught to trust, even when you could not trace what was happening. This is not easy, chosen one. Trusting in silence requires a different level of strength, the kind that does not depend on immediate results but rests in belief. God was strengthening that part of you. There is also a purpose behind the stillness. Silence removes distractions. It creates space for clarity. When everything around you quiets down, you are able to hear what truly matters. That inner voice, that sense of direction, that deeper understanding, it becomes clearer when the noise fades away. God was not taking something from you, he was making room for something greater to be heard and understood. Chosen one, in those quiet moments, you may have felt uncertain about your path. You may have questioned your decisions, your direction, even your worth. But those questions were not meant to weaken you, they were meant to lead you inward. Instead of relying on external validation or constant confirmation, you were being guided to develop inner confidence and spiritual awareness. You were learning to stand firm even when reassurance was not immediately given. Silence also protects the process. Not everything that is being built in your life is meant to be exposed too early. Some things need time to develop without interference, without doubt, and without outside influence. God was covering you, allowing your growth to happen in a protected space where it could not be disrupted. What felt like isolation was often divine protection. Another truth about silence is that it teaches you surrender. When you cannot control the timing, the outcome, or the direction, You are left with one choice: to let go and trust. This surrender is not weakness, it is alignment. It is the moment where you release the need to force things and allow God to move in His perfect timing. In that surrender, peace begins to replace anxiety, and trust begins to replace fear. Chosen one, when the answers finally come, when the path becomes clear again, you will realize that the silence had purpose. You will see that you were never abandoned. Every delay, every pause, every unanswered moment was part of a greater design. You were being prepared, strengthened, and aligned for what is ahead. So do not fear the silence. Do not interpret it as absence or rejection. Instead, recognize it as a sacred space where growth is taking place. God is still present, still working, and still guiding you even when you cannot hear Him. What feels quiet is still full of movement. What feels empty is still full of purpose. And what feels like distance is often where God is doing His deepest work within you. Chosen one of the clearest signs of your transformation is not found in your circumstances, it is found in your perspective. The way you see life, the way you interpret situations, and the way you respond to challenges has changed. You are no longer reacting from the same mindset you once had. This evolution is powerful because perspective shapes everything. When your perspective changes, your entire experience of life shifts with it. There was a time when certain situations would overwhelm you. Small setbacks felt like major obstacles, and the opinions of others carried weight that influenced your decisions. But now, something is different. You have gained distance from that old way of thinking. You pause more. You observe more. You understand more. Instead of reacting instantly, you reflect. This is not hesitation, it is wisdom in action. Your perspective has matured because of what you have been through. Every challenge, every disappointment, every moment of confusion contributed to how you now see the world. Experiences have taught you that not everything is as urgent or as important as it first appears. You have learned to prioritize what truly matters: your peace, your growth, and your purpose. This clarity did not come overnight, it was built through time and experience. Chosen one, you also no longer take everything personally. You understand that people act from their own experiences, their own pain, and their own limitations. What once felt like a personal attack now appears as a reflection of something deeper within others. This shift allows you to protect your energy. You no longer carry burdens that do not belong to you. Instead, you maintain your balance and choose how much influence you allow external situations to have over you. Another powerful change in your perspective is your relationship with challenges. You do not see obstacles the same way anymore. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin to ask, "What is this teaching me?" This shift transforms problems into opportunities for growth. It moves you from a place of resistance to a place of learning. God has guided you to see that every experience, good or difficult, has value when you approach it with understanding. You have also developed a deeper sense of patience. You recognize that not everything needs to happen immediately. You are no longer rushing the process or forcing outcomes. Instead, you trust that things will unfold at the right time. This patience brings peace because it removes the pressure to control everything. You are learning to move with life rather than against it. Chosen one, your evolved perspective also helps you recognize what is truly meant for you. You are no longer chasing things that are not aligned with your purpose. You have become more selective with your time, your energy, and your attention. You understand that saying no is sometimes necessary to protect your path. This clarity allows you to focus on what truly matters without being distracted by temporary desires or external expectations. There is also a greater sense of gratitude within you now. You appreciate things you once overlooked: moments of peace, small victories, and simple joys. This gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present. It grounds you and reminds you that even in imperfect situations, there is still something valuable to hold on to. Most importantly, chosen one, your perspective now reflects growth, awareness, and alignment. You are not seeing life through the same lens anymore because you are not the same person anymore. God has expanded your understanding so you can navigate your journey with clarity and strength. So trust this change within you. Your evolved perspective is not accidental, it is earned. It is a sign that you are growing into the person you were meant to become. And with this new way of seeing, you are better prepared for everything that lies ahead. Chosen one, One of the hardest yet most important parts of your journey has been learning to let go. It was not easy. It did not happen without resistance, questions, or even pain. There were things, people, and situations you once held on to tightly, believing they were meant to stay, believing they were part of your future. But as time passed, you began to realize that not everything you hold on to is meant to remain. Some things are only meant for a season, not a lifetime. Letting go is often misunderstood. It can feel like loss, like something is being taken away from you. But in reality, letting go is not about losing, it is about making space. Space for growth, space for clarity, and space for what truly aligns with your purpose. God does not remove things from your life without reason. Every removal, every ending, every closed door carries intention. What left your life did so because it could not go where you are being led. There were moments when you tried to hold on, even when you felt the disconnect. You may have ignored signs, hoping things would return to what they once were. But deep inside, you knew something had changed. That feeling was not meant to confuse you, it was meant to guide you. It was a signal that your path was shifting and that holding on was no longer serving you. Chosen one, letting go also required courage. It takes strength to release what is familiar, even when it is no longer right for you. Familiarity can create comfort, even in situations that limit your growth. But you are called to move beyond that comfort. You are called to trust that what lies ahead is greater than what you are leaving behind. This trust is not always easy, but it is necessary for transformation. There is also a deeper truth in letting go. It reveals your self-worth. When you begin to release what no longer aligns with you, you are making a statement. You are choosing yourself. You are recognizing that you deserve peace, respect, and alignment. You are no longer settling for less just because it is available or familiar. This shift in mindset is powerful because it changes the standard you set for your life. Chosen one, letting go is not always immediate. Sometimes it happens in stages. You begin by creating distance, by observing, by slowly detaching. This process is natural. It allows you to understand why something needs to be released, rather than forcing it abruptly. God works with your pace, guiding you step by step until you are ready to fully release what no longer belongs in your life. Another important part of letting go is forgiveness. Not always for others, but also for yourself. There may have been moments where you stayed longer than you should have, trusted where you should have been cautious, or held on when it was time to release. But those experiences were part of your learning. Forgiving yourself allows you to move forward without carrying unnecessary weight. It frees you from the past and opens you to new possibilities. Letting go also strengthens your faith. When you release something without knowing what will replace it, you are stepping into trust. You are believing that God will provide, guide, and align things in your favor. This kind of faith is not built in comfort, it is built in uncertainty. And through that uncertainty, you grow stronger. Chosen one, what you have let go of has not left a void, it has created opportunity. It has cleared the path for new connections, new experiences, and new blessings that are more aligned with who you are becoming. What once felt like an ending is actually a beginning in disguise. So do not regret what you had to release. Do not look back with doubt. Trust that every goodbye had a purpose. Trust that every ending was guiding you towards something greater. Because sometimes the most powerful step forward is the moment you finally decide to let go. Chosen one of the most powerful transformations within you is the discipline you have developed. It did not come easily, and it certainly did not appear overnight. It was built through challenges, through moments when you had to choose between what felt comfortable and what was necessary. Discipline is not just about actions, it is about alignment. It is about becoming someone who can stay committed, even when motivation fades. There was a time when consistency may have felt difficult. You may have started things with excitement but struggled to maintain them when things became challenging. That is a natural part of growth. But now, something has changed within you. You are no longer driven only by how you feel in the moment. You have learned to move with intention, to follow through, and to remain steady even when the path is not easy. Discipline often begins in small decisions, choosing to stay focused when distractions are present, choosing patience when results are not immediate, choosing growth over comfort. These small decisions may seem insignificant at the time, but over time they shape your character. They create habits that define who you are becoming. God has been guiding you through these moments, strengthening your ability to remain committed to your path. Chosen one, discipline is also closely connected to self-control. You have learned to pause before reacting, to think before acting, and to consider the long-term impact of your choices. This level of awareness is powerful because it allows you to move with clarity rather than impulse. You are no longer easily pulled in different directions by temporary emotions or external influences. Instead, you are grounded in purpose. Another important aspect of your discipline is your ability to endure. There were times when giving up would have been easier, times when progress felt slow or invisible, but you continued. Even when it felt difficult, you kept going. This perseverance is a form of discipline that goes beyond routine. It is a deep inner commitment to your growth. It shows that you are no longer dependent on quick results to stay focused. You have also become more intentional with your time and energy. You are beginning to understand that where you invest your attention matters. Not everything deserves your focus. Not every opportunity needs to be pursued. Discipline has taught you to be selective, to prioritize what aligns with your purpose, and to let go of what distracts you from it. This clarity protects your progress. Chosen one, discipline is not about perfection. There may still be moments when you feel off track or uncertain, but the difference now is that you return to your path more quickly. You do not stay lost for long. You recognize when you need to realign, and you take the steps to do so. This ability to correct yourself is a sign of growth. It shows that discipline has become part of your mindset, not just your actions. There is also a quiet confidence that comes with discipline. You begin to trust yourself more because you know you can follow through. You know you can handle challenges. You know you can stay committed even when things are not easy. This confidence is not based on external validation. It is built from your own experience of showing up for yourself again and again. Most importantly, chosen one, discipline is preparing you for what is ahead. Greater opportunities require greater responsibility. The habits you are building now are shaping your ability to handle what is coming next. God is not only guiding you toward your purpose, He is preparing you to sustain it. So continue to honor this discipline within you. Continue to choose growth, even when comfort calls. Continue to stay consistent, even when progress feels slow. Because every step you take with discipline is a step closer to the life you are meant to live. What you are building within yourself right now is not temporary. It is the foundation for everything that is yet to come. Chosen one, there was a time when fear had a stronger voice in your life. It spoke through doubt, hesitation, and uncertainty. It made you question your path, your decisions, and even your worth. Fear often showed up as what if things go wrong, what if you fail, what if you are not enough. And for a while that voice felt real. It influenced your choices and held you back from stepping fully into your purpose. But something has changed within you. That voice of fear no longer holds the same power. It may still appear from time to time, but it no longer controls you. In its place, something stronger has begun to grow: faith. Not just belief in outcomes, but trust in the process. Trust that no matter what happens, you will be guided, supported, and strengthened. Faith does not mean the absence of fear. It means choosing to move forward even when fear is present. It means not allowing fear to dictate your direction. You have reached a point where you understand that waiting for fear to disappear completely is not the answer. Instead, you move with courage despite it. That is where transformation begins. Chosen one, your faith has been built through experience. It did not come from easy moments, it came from challenges. It came from times when you had no clear answers, yet things still worked out in ways you did not expect. It came from moments when you felt uncertain, yet you found strength you did not know you had. Each of those experiences became evidence that you can trust beyond what you can see. There is also a shift in how you approach the unknown. Where fear once made you avoid uncertainty, faith now allows you to step into it. You are more open to new paths, new opportunities, and new possibilities. You understand that growth often exists outside of comfort. Instead of resisting change, you are learning to embrace it. Another sign of this transformation is your ability to remain calm in situations that once would have overwhelmed you. You do not panic as quickly. You do not assume the worst as easily. There is a steadiness within you now, a quiet confidence that reminds you that everything will unfold as it should. This calmness is not accidental, it is the result of your growing faith. Chosen one, faith has also changed how you see setbacks. What once felt like failure now feels like redirection. You no longer interpret every challenge as something negative. Instead, you begin to ask what you can learn from it, how it can guide you, and where it might be leading you. This perspective transforms obstacles into stepping stones. You are also learning to release the need to control everything. Fear often comes from trying to predict and manage every outcome. But faith allows you to let go of that pressure. It allows you to trust that even when things do not go according to your plan, there is still a greater plan unfolding. This release brings a sense of peace that fear can never provide. Chosen one of the most powerful aspects of faith is trust in yourself. You are beginning to believe in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. You know that even if things do not go perfectly, you will adapt, learn, and continue forward. This self-trust is a reflection of your inner growth. So do not be discouraged if fear occasionally returns. It is part of the human experience. But now, you have something stronger. You have faith that grounds you, guides you, and moves you forward. What once held you back no longer defines you. Fear has lost its control, and faith has taken its place. And with that faith, you are stepping into a life that is no longer limited by doubt, but expanded by trust. Chosen one of the clearest signs of your inner growth is this. You no longer feel drawn to chaos. What once seemed normal noise, drama, constant reaction, and emotional turbulence now feels draining and unnecessary. This is not because life has suddenly become quiet, but because you have changed. Your spirit has matured to a point where peace is no longer a luxury, it is a priority. There was a time when you may have engaged in situations that disturbed your energy. You may have entertained arguments, over-explained yourself, or tried to fix things that were never yours to carry. Chaos had a way of pulling you in, keeping you mentally and emotionally occupied. But now, something within you resists that pull. You no longer feel the need to prove, to argue, or to react to everything. This is growth in its purest form. Choosing peace does not mean you avoid reality or ignore problems. It means you approach life differently. You no longer give your energy to what disrupts your balance unnecessarily. You have learned that not every situation requires your response. Not every opinion requires your attention, and not every conflict deserves your involvement. This awareness protects your inner state. Chosen one, valuing peace also means you have become more selective with your environment. You are more aware of the energy around you, what uplifts you, and what drains you. You naturally gravitate towards spaces, conversations, and people that bring clarity and calmness. And when something feels heavy or misaligned, you no longer ignore it. You listen to that feeling and create distance when necessary. There is also strength in your silence now. You do not feel the need to fill every moment with words or reactions. Sometimes, choosing not to engage is the most powerful decision you can make. Silence in this sense is not weakness, it is control. It shows that you are no longer easily influenced by external noise. You are grounded in your own understanding. Another important shift is how you handle emotional triggers. Situations that once caused immediate frustration or stress no longer affect you in the same way. You pause. You observe. You respond with intention rather than reacting impulsively. This emotional control is a direct result of your growth. It shows that your inner world is no longer easily shaken by outer circumstances. Chosen one, prioritizing peace also means setting boundaries. You are learning to say no without guilt, to step back without explanation, and to protect your time and energy without feeling obligated to justify it. Boundaries are not walls, they are guidelines that help you maintain your balance. They ensure that your peace is not constantly disrupted by external demands. There is also a deeper understanding within you now. Peace is not something you find, it's something you maintain. It is a daily choice. It is the result of how you think, how you respond, and what you allow into your life. You are becoming more intentional about these choices. You are no longer leaving your peace to chance. Chosen one, this shift may also change your relationships. Not everyone will understand your need for calmness, and that is okay. Some may be used to the version of you that engaged more, reacted more, or tolerated more. But you are no longer that person. You have grown, and with that growth comes new standards. The right connections will align with your peace, not disrupt it. Most importantly, valuing peace brings clarity. When your mind is not consumed by chaos, you can think more clearly, decide more wisely, and move more confidently. Peace creates space for purpose to grow. It allows you to focus on what truly matters without unnecessary distraction. So continue to choose peace. Chosen one. Even when chaos tries to pull you back, remember how far you have come. Remember the strength it took to reach this place. Because protecting your peace is not selfish, it is essential. And in that peace, you will find the clarity, strength, and alignment needed for everything that lies ahead. Chosen one of the deepest transformations within you is your growing understanding of timing. There was a time when you wanted things to happen quickly, answers, opportunities, breakthroughs. Waiting felt uncomfortable, even frustrating. You questioned delays and wondered why things were not unfolding when you expected them to. But now, something within you has shifted. You are beginning to understand that timing is not random, it is intentional. Divine timing is not about delay for the sake of delay. It is about preparation. It is about alignment. It is about ensuring that everything comes together at the right moment, not just for your benefit, but for the bigger picture of your life. What you once saw as waiting, you now begin to see as positioning. You are being placed exactly where you need to be before the next step unfolds. Chosen one, patience has become one of your greatest strengths. You are no longer rushing the process or forcing outcomes. You have started to trust that what is meant for you will arrive at the right time. This trust does not mean you stop taking action, it means you stop trying to control everything. You do your part, and then you allow things to unfold naturally. There is also a deeper awareness within you now. You can look back at past situations and recognize that if certain things had happened earlier, you may not have been ready for them. Your mindset, your understanding, or your circumstances may not have aligned at that time. What felt like a delay was actually protection. It prevented you from stepping into something before you were fully prepared to handle it. Understanding timing also changes how you view missed opportunities. What once felt like something you lost, you now begin to see as something that was never truly meant for you at that moment. This realization brings peace because it removes the feeling of regret. You no longer dwell on what could have been. Instead, you focus on what is still possible. Chosen one, divine timing also requires trust in the unseen. Not everything is clear right away. Not every step is revealed in advance. There are moments when you must move forward without knowing exactly how things will unfold. This uncertainty is part of the journey. It teaches you to rely on faith rather than constant confirmation. It strengthens your ability to keep going even when the full picture is not visible. Another important part of this understanding is your ability to remain steady during slow seasons. There will be times when progress feels minimal, when nothing seems to be changing on the surface. But you now understand that even in those moments, something is happening beneath the surface. Growth is taking place, alignment is forming, and preparation is ongoing. Just because you cannot see movement does not mean there is none. Chosen one, this shift also helps you release comparison. You are no longer measuring your journey against someone else's timeline. You understand that every path is unique, and what is right for one person may not be right for you. This awareness allows you to stay focused on your own progress without feeling pressured by external expectations. There is also a calmness that comes with trusting timing. You feel less anxious about the future because you know that things will unfold as they should. You are not constantly chasing or worrying. Instead, you are present, focused, and aligned with where you are right now. This presence allows you to fully experience each stage of your journey. Chosen one, understanding divine timing does not mean everything will always feel easy. There may still be moments of impatience or uncertainty. But the difference now is that you do not stay in that place. You return to trust more quickly. You remind yourself that there is a greater plan at work. So continue to trust the timing of your life. What is meant for you is not lost, it is simply being prepared. And when the moment arrives, you will see that everything came together exactly as it was meant to. Because what is delayed is not denied, it is being aligned. Chosen one, after everything you have been through, the questions, the waiting, the searching you are beginning to realize a powerful truth. The answer you were looking for was never outside of you. It was being formed within you the entire time. What changed in you is the answer. Not a single moment of your journey was wasted. Every experience, every lesson, every shift was shaping something deeper inside you. There was a time when you looked outward for clarity. You searched for signs, validation, direction, and reassurance from people, situations, and outcomes. You believed that once something external changed, everything would make sense. But life guided you differently. Instead of giving you all the answers at once, it led you through experiences that slowly built those answers within your own understanding. Chosen one, the strength you now carry did not come from being told what to do, it came from learning through experience. The clarity you now have did not come from immediate answers, it came from reflection, growth, and patience. You have become someone who understands more deeply, who sees more clearly, and who trusts more confidently. This is the answer taking form within you. There is also a new sense of self-awareness that has developed. You know yourself in a way you did not before. You understand your boundaries, your purpose, and your direction. You no longer feel as lost or uncertain as you once did. Even when you do not have every detail figured out, there is a quiet knowing within you that you are on the right path. That knowing is powerful, it is your inner guidance. Chosen one of the most important realizations is that you were never lacking, you were becoming. What you once thought was missing was actually still being built. You were in the process of developing the mindset, the strength, and the awareness needed to move forward. The delay in answers was not a denial, it was a preparation. You were being shaped into someone who could recognize and handle those answers when they arrived. You've also learned to trust yourself more. Instead of constantly seeking approval or direction from others, you listen inward. You consider your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own intuition. This does not mean you ignore wisdom from others, it means you are no longer dependent on it. You have developed your own sense of clarity, and that gives you confidence in your decisions. Another powerful shift is your understanding of purpose. You are no longer chasing random paths or following expectations that do not align with you. You are becoming more intentional. You are making choices that reflect who you truly are and where you truly want to go. This alignment is not something you found, it is something you built within yourself. Chosen one, the journey you went through was necessary because it brought you to this realization. If everything had been given to you instantly, you may not have understood its value. But now, you see things differently. You appreciate the process. You recognize the growth. You understand why things had to happen the way they did. There is also a deep sense of peace that comes with this realization. You are no longer searching in the same way. You are no longer feeling like something is missing. Instead, you feel more complete, more grounded, and more aligned. When the journey is finished, it means you are now moving forward with clarity and confidence. Chosen one, the answer was never something you needed to chase. It was something you needed to become. And now, you are stepping into that version of yourself stronger, wiser, and more aware. So trust what has been built within you. Trust the growth you have experienced. Trust the understanding you now carry. Because what you were searching for was never far away, it was always being created inside you, step by step, moment by moment, until you were ready to see it.